Grab your hook and your yarn. This is the layout your squares will be in. This is what it looks like folded up. We are going to start from this side work down and through the back, up, and then down and to the front again. We will start on this side of the bag. Grab your 2 granny squares and you're going to line them up and work in the first chain in the corner of the granny square. I start by making a slip knot. Hooking the first inside stitches, pulling the slip knot through those 2 stitches, make sure your working yarn is underneath as you work in each of the stitches. This is just the way that I like to connect my granny squares together. If you have another stitch you prefer to do, you're more than welcome to. After you've connected the first 2 squares, you will now work on the corner squares. You will be starting in the corner chains of the granny squares. If you are doing the flat stitching like I am, make sure your yarn is still underneath your project. Now that you have finished the full corner, it's time to work on the opposite side. I like to flip it so I don't get the squares mixed up in the placement. Now we will work from the top of the back around to the corner to the front. We will finish by connecting these 2 granny squares in the front. You will connect all first chains together and then tie off. this is what your bag should look like thus far. Now we will start from corner to middle to corner. Again, I start with a slip knot. Line up your granny square and start in the first chain. Make sure your working yarn is still underneath your granny squares. After your last stitch, you want to pull the yarn to make it long. Go underneath and pull that string through. Tighten the loop and continue working until the middle. Line up your granny squares and make sure that you're working in the chains that match up for each one. Continue until you reach the end of the corner. Now flip and repeat onto the back. When at the bottom, make sure you line up the granny squares correctly and work in each granny square chain. Finish the row. Now you will connect the corner and tie off your yarn. This is what your bag will look like when you have connected all 10 granny squares. How you do the rest of the bag is completely up to you. This is the top border and handles that I have added. This is my finished bag with adding bows and a heart pendant. I can't wait to see your creativity on what you make. Have a wonderful day and thank you.